Greetings and welcome to my hobby bench for a very interesting video. So yesterday a very famous YouTuber came to my apartment and his name was Fitz, and he owns and operates, I guess like you say, the Hobby View YouTube channel. So he came with a friend of his, Terry, and Fitz and Terry are primarily into electrics now, but Terry had a big tote of engines that he brought up, and I don't even know exactly where he got them, but he got in some kind of a bulk deal, maybe one or two bulk deals, I don't know the extent of it, but one of the engines was this engine that you see here, and it is a Magnum 91S from what looks like the review article. The only review article I could find on this engine that was close, and that engine doesn't even look exactly like this one. So he pulls this one out, and I'm like, wow, that's really a rare engine. Now, he's not interested in keeping this engine at all, or any of the glow engines he had. He's looking to, not part them out, but sell them. So we started talking. He knows that I do, servicing on engines, and I was interested in one of the engines that he has, which is this one right here. It was a new never run MDS 68 engine. So we kind of struck up a deal where he said he offered me the opportunity to try to attempt to get this engine in an operational state again. And while I'm sitting here talking, I'll just turn it around. And it is in rough shape. Now, when he brought it out, it was a little bit dirtier than this. Now, I've put it in a vat of Marvel mystery oil for about, I don't know, maybe an hour, and just kind of swished it around and let some oil get in there. This thing was locked up solid. I mean, everything was locked up. Everything. I've got this carb kind of freed up, but it's going to require a little bit more effort to get that cleaned up. I just wanted to see if I could free it up at all. So he's given me the opportunity to see if I can improve at all the condition of this engine, and he's gonna sell it as is. So here's the quandary I'm in right now. If I don't do anything more to it, he might get something for it. I have no idea what this thing is worth. I don't know anything about these engines other than they were made in Luton, England in the early 80s, and I believe this one came out around 1983. That's the extent that I know about these engines, other than what is in that review articles. There's not a whole lot of information on it. So as you can see here, one of the push rods is missing, and this one is really bent. And we're talking really bent. So, and when he handed it to me, it didn't turn over at all. It was completely locked up. Now, granted, these valves do move up and down. It didn't move at all. So, like I said, I put it in Marvel Mystery Oil, my tub of that, let it soak for a little bit, and it's still really wet, even after I've wiped it 5 or 10 times. And then I heated it up so I could get it turning over. Heated it up a lot. Got everything kind of freed up, and now it turns to a point. So I don't know if this marker will mark or not. We'll see. I'd like to, yeah, cool. We got enough left in there to make a mark. So it's at a stopping point right now. This is how much it turns over. So that mark, so it's not turning over a full 360 degrees, and this isn't just like compression. This feels like a hard stop. I mean, it's like it's not going through compression. It's not hitting the valves. I don't know what's going on with it, but that's about as far as it goes. It turns over about, I don't know, what's that? 290 degrees, or no, 320 degrees, 330 degrees, something like that. So it's like, well, you got this really bent push rod, and you got an engine that doesn't completely turn over. Now, in one of the articles, There's another article that was similar to this, I believe, also. It kind of shows it disassembled. So one of the things I was talking to Terry about, I said, well, you got to be really careful with this thing, because how are you going to know how to retime it? I was talking to him then like he was going to be doing this. I was like, how do you know how you're going to retime the engine? And he's like, well, you know, and that's when he's like, well, how about you take a look at it? And I'm like, okay, so how am I going to know how am I going to know how to retime the engine? Because chances are it isn't going to come apart with the piston at top dead center, like where you normally time these types of things, and everything be happy and good, because that's just not how it works when you're disassembling an engine, especially one like this for the first time. So I'm at this quandary where I'm like, do I want to do anything more with it? Do I want to just say, hey, I freed it up a little bit, Terry, and now you can take it back and attempt to sell it as it is? Or do you want me to continue on? And this is something I think Terry's basically already kind of told me, but I might double check. Do it. Disassemble it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's cool, but you know, obviously if there's a gasket here and there's a gasket here, they're going to be gone. They're not going to, you know, be there anymore. So I'd have to do some, I don't know what I'd have to do to try to get some new gaskets made. I mean, I'd send information of some sort to Rich at ICBIM Products and have him see if he can see. So here's some Marvel material that's leaking out of here, and I'm wondering where it's coming from, because that's interesting, because none of these fasteners are loose, unless it's just coming out of here. Let's leave it on, let's leave it back on this side. So it's like, you know, do I go through the effort and make gaskets for something that may not work? So here's the thing, is I could just disassemble this engine and hope for the best, but then if there's something really bad internally wrong here that's causing this hard stop, we're pretty much done. I mean, maybe I could even put it back together and make it look like this so that somebody could at least have a display engine. Yeah, it's all coming out of there. So it must have really got some good oil in there. Or, you know, what do I do? So this is the quandary I'm left with. And I'm sitting here looking at this thing. I'm looking at the 4 head screws on this. And this boss, or this holder here for these rocker arms. And this doesn't come off. You've got some strange little C-clips here, like none I've ever seen before, that, you know, you take off and push that out. But that doesn't really stop or help you here, because if you look really close, these bosses are really kind of infringing upon the screw, which is a slotted screw for these 4 things. Everything else is a hex. The screws on the top are slots. So it's like, okie dokie. So before I even turned the video on, I was like trying to see if I could get one of these bits to fit in here. And what I was doing is, I wasn't using this, but I was using probably one of my other little tools, this thing, and I was just tapping it to give it a little bit of mechanical shock. And man, these things are really hard to get in there. It's because you got to get in there at an angle, and it's a slotted screw. So I did break both of these free. I didn't start unscrewing them because that was something I wanted to save for the video, should I decide to do that. But it's like, that's tough. That's really tough to try to get on those. It's like, who the hell designed this thing? Because that's really, really a difficult screw access to get at, and the type of screw. So anyway, that's the first thing that's got me a little concerned. The next thing that's got me a little concerned is, it looks like this is all cast. So all the guts are going to reside in here, the timing, which means it's just this one cover. So at least it's not like an Enya 60 or 80 where you have to try to take this part off. Everything should be in there. How you get it out, I don't know. How it retimes, I don't know. So the first thing I would do is just take the cover off. But see, that's the other thing, is I can't rotate it all the way through. So how am I supposed to know? I mean, maybe it's at top dead center at one of these points. I don't know if it is or not. So it's like, I don't know really where to go from here. I'm seriously tempted. It's got some dings on it. It's got a little bit of... So something happened to this. Something happened. I don't know if this was like a really bad detonation that caused this or what. I know nothing about the engine's history, neither does Terry, but this is bent pretty good, so obviously I'd have to have somebody try to make me some new push rods, because I have no idea what type of material this is, nor do I have the means to make this nice rounded, you know, edge like that. So I can straighten this one and at least get some measurements on it, how long it is, what its diameter is, what it weighs, but I have no idea what the material is. So we need 2 new push rods fabricated, and then whatever the heck is going on inside here, I'm trying to figure out what could possibly be causing this hard stop like this, and I really don't know. So anyway, that's the quick, not really quick, that's the intro video to this engine. Now as soon as I shut this off, because I'm saying that this is the end of the first video, it's entirely possible that I go ahead and start the second part where I just start disassembling it, because that's probably what many people really want to see, is a disassembly video of this. But in this very moment, I'm just really kind of on the edge of whether I really want to do that or not. So I'm just going to leave this video here at this point and kind of consider this a little bit more, maybe consult Terry again.